high pass filtering, the number one best thing you can do to clean up your mixes. If you're not already doing this, your mixes will suffer dramatically. So follow me as I show you how I high pass filter my tracks in a metal mix. Hi, I'm ObsessionNZ and I'm here to help you make great music. My videos are aimed at people who are just starting out in the music making realm and want to elevate their music to the next level. Even if you are already an experienced artist, I am pretty sure that you will find something helpful in this video. Now I've got a project that I've been working on for a wee while. This is a song that I will release eventually, but I just feel like it's a pretty good example to show you some of the high pass filtering. So we've got a guitar here, which is a lot more of a EQ guitar, so I won't high pass filter it because it does nothing. It's already kind of a shaved EQ. But with the rhythm guitar, I high pass filter it to around 100. You can go up to 120 if it needs it, but I feel like this bass and the mix has a really clean distortion instead of really muddy distortion, which means you can have a bit more of that guitar in there without it sounding too muddy. And then on the leads here, we have it all the way up to 250, because with the leads you don't need any bass at all, because you're really just trying to get that top end out of it. So I've put it up to 250 to really just make it more clear and way less muddy in the mix. These are what those two sound like off and on. So as you can hear with that lead especially, it just comes through a lot better in the mix and it sounds way less muddy. Especially if you're listening on a good sound system with a good bass, you can hear that big drop in the mud and just everything punching through a lot better. On headphones, the guitar will not have as much of that impact, but it will in the full mix, and it will, especially when you're looking at the EQ, you'll see that there'll be a lot less mud in the overall mix. I don't low pass bass very much. If I was going to low pass bass, what I would do, make a new folder track. I use TDR Nova for all of my EQing. I will link it down in the description along with any other products I might use. With the high pass filter for a bass, I'd probably put it around 20 or 30. You don't really want to shave off more than 30 at all, because that bass is really just there to occupy the low end, and you don't want to be taking off too much of that. Just in context, this is what the bass sounds like. You won't hear much of a difference unless you have a really boomy speaker system. Don't EQ much drums, but what I would probably do would look a lot like this. So your kick would go 20, snare would go maybe like 50, your toms, depending on what toms, your higher toms would go probably 80 or something, and then your lower toms would go maybe 20 or 30. Then with your cymbals, you want to EQ a lot of that low end out. So with my cymbals, I'd probably take all the way up to 500, maybe even more, maybe a little bit less. Depends how it sounds in your mix, really. Just saying, these settings, do not copy and paste them. You have to find what sounds good in your mix and then use that. With the overheads, I don't really mix many overheads, but it's really just that absolute high end. So I'd probably put it around about like 200, 250. With rooms, I don't think I'd high pass, but if I would, 20. If you don't want to high pass anything, at least high pass it at 20, because it'll just clear up your headroom. It won't sound different at all. So now to hear this mix with and without high pass filtering on. Now you can change these around a little bit depending on your mix and what effects you put on them, like your compression and your other EQ moves. It really just depends on how it sounds to your ear, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. My drums will sound different with full high pass filtering on, but for this video's efficiency, I didn't have time to break out all the tracks. So there you are, a basic guide to using high pass filtering in a metal mix. I hope this helps you get a better mix and get closer to achieving your goals as a musician making your own music. If you have any questions or ideas for videos that you want to see, leave them down in the comments below. But for now, thank you for watching and goodbye.